have the
I
call.
want to ask you, you've got to be quick. So with the instant asset write-off, so that used to be 30,000, is that right?
It's been through a number of iterations. When it was originally established, I think it was 20,000, and then it was increased to 30,000. And then during COVID, I think it was increased to 50,000, and then it morphed into the temporary full expensing. So it has had a number of different thresholds, but I suppose from an ACCI perspective, we see 20,000 is only a very small amount for small businesses to be able to claim. Like in terms of, I suppose, a restaurant, at best you could purchase a new fridge or a new stove or the like with it. If you want to get substantial investment by businesses and you want to actually make significant improvements in productivity, then a much higher threshold for investment in the instant asset write-off is needed.
Yeah, so, I mean, what does it mean to small business to have access to a scheme where they can meaningfully write off significant investments that are needed to get their business off the ground?
Well, it is very significant. Businesses, to be able to grow and also just to remain competitive, businesses need to be continually investing back in their business. And in the current climate, with high cost of doing business, with interest rates very high, it's holding back, businesses are holding back a lot of their investments. An incentive like the instant asset write-off actually encourages them to be able to make those investments because the advantage that it provides them in terms of being able to write off their tax.
Is it one of the policies that helps level the playing field between large and small business?
Well, yeah, definitely it does, in that small businesses, it's more as the driver and encouraging them to make those investments and to enable them to grow and to be more competitive with the larger businesses.
So how much do you think it should be?
To some extent, how long's a piece of string? To encourage.
Let me ask you again. So I think the Labor government is proposing cutting it to 20,000.
Yes.
In the past, it's been as high as 50, and recently it's been as high as $30,000 for a small business. What do you think the instant asset write-off should be?
ACCI's position in recent times has been that it should be raised to 30,000, and also the turnover of eligible businesses should be increased to $50 million to enable medium-sized businesses to be able to access it as well, and to encourage the investment by medium-sized businesses, because we're at a point in Australia where business investment has been slowing for many years. We're at a point where productivity growth is actually been contracting in recent years. We need that business investment to create the productivity growth so that we can get strong economic growth occurring.
Yeah, well, it's hard enough to run a small business. The least Canberra can do is try and cut taxes for small and medium businesses. So I'm sorry that this is proposed only to be $20,000, but hopefully in the future it can increase. Thanks for your time today.
Well, Senator Bragg, if I could make an observation on that, just a couple of things, if I may. I've got two young sons here, running small businesses. Both employ staff. and they're making decisions to improve the state of their small business and increase the productivity of their staff. One of the critical things is small business asset write-off for something like buying a new machine, or one's a Sparky, buying some new equipment to improve the productivity of his employees. A simple $20,000 instant asset write-off is such a simple measure, and it really is a timing difference to government revenue. Yeah, it reverses in a subsequent year, so it really is just basically a loan. So it is such an obvious thing that should, I think, be a permanent part of our tax system, as an observation from somebody who's grappling with small business more broadly.
Thanks very much. I mean, I'm obviously, really sorry that the government's doing this.